What do you think of the deal, the original deal, made between the then Labour government and Mr. DeLorean?
I think it was crazy.
I'm Duncan Campbell. Yeah, I've made a film called Make It New, John, which is about with the DeLorean phenomenon. It's probably the best way to put it. So it uses archival material. Maybe about 3/4 of it is archival material from different television stations, and there's about 15 minutes at the end. The film's 50 minutes long altogether. There's about 15 minutes at the end, which is a scene which I shot myself, which I wrote and shot myself. So it's kind of a combination of fact and fiction, I suppose. I would have to confess that I'm a little bit of the Back to the Future school of things. That I was kind of interested in the car as a sort of icon of the 80s, but kind of being, I mean, I think there's as much of the kind of as some of its iconic status is to do with its kind of notoriety. It's to do with some of the the circumstances of it being built, and the kind of misuse of public money, and then also like in terms of John DeLorean's own kind of personal story, like to do with his kind of drugs trial, some of the association with that. I mean, mainly I think it's to do with the fact that they were in that the car was in the Back to the Future films. That's kind of really sealed its status, Having said that, I do think that it's it is a very kind of enduring piece of design. That it's something that's kind of independent of that. It's really kind of stood the test of time, So I started at that point, being kind of interested in, I guess, some of the kind of mythology about the car, and from there, I mean, it's something that kind of reverberates endlessly. It's very difficult actually to know where to stop with it as a story, because if you go both directions, if you go kind of back in time, to do with John DeLorean's kind of earlier life, and then also his career at General Motors, it's really quite a kind of an epic story, very sort of that classic quintessential American dream story, kind of rags to riches rise of this son of an immigrant worker, Ford's kind of rising through the ranks at General Motors and being on the verge of being president of the company, and then kind of going out on his own, and then also, I mean, I decided that the point at which I would stop or end film was just to do with the closure of the factory itself. But there's so much beyond that as well, like with the kind of FBI drugs trial and all the kind of trials that came after that to do with embezzlement and his kind of sporadic attempts to kind of relaunch himself.
Obviously, the most serious problem that an automobile company or a bank faces is the illusion of credibility in the marketplace. As soon as people think you're fragile financially, nobody wants to buy your car. It makes good sense. It's like a run on a bank. As soon as somebody says there's a problem, the failure becomes inevitable because everybody will go take their money out of the bank.
How serious a problem is it that your company faces?